These teams met only a little more than a week ago when Kennesaw State spoiled Liberty's senior night, had a couple of big road wins at the close of the regular season against the 1 and 2 seeds in this tournament.
Going back to that win versus Liberty a few weeks ago, Kennesaw State hit 11 threes in that game. Usually it's Liberty dominating from the three-point line.
Off the double, ball reversal, wide open three, rain it down. Good ball fake, Aquino, extra lead, Cleveland rejected. Braden Liu, who was an excellent shot swatter.
Another freshman, star freshman for Kennesaw State.
6A player of the year in his native Georgia. End line, great spin and finish. Cleveland, high kiss miss. Wooley survey, sees a double.
Did you see his eyes there, John, and how he was just looking at everything? Can't believe this kid's just a freshman.
And trying to drive on Peter, off balance, stuff. That kind of action. Porter given a little range by Cottle. Is he playing softer with a foul? Off iron, here come the Owls. Free ball for Wooley. Sherman dives for it. And now you can almost feel that deep breath taken by Kennesaw State.
100%. That was almost we are exhausted. We need to run our offense efficiently now.
Wooley elbow J on the way, and he sticks it.
Guys, Talon Peter, the Conference USA Sixth Man of the Year. Well, McKay told us that Peter has this humility along with a great skill set, that everyone knows he's talented, but you would never know if he's starting or not, or whether he scored 33 points or not, because he's always so even keel. He brings so much to this group.
It does have that poise. Wooley, banker by the
toughness to this Kennesaw State team.
Valdez Yates is first. He defends and denies Liu. Maintained by the Owls. Quick three for Wooley. Got it!
And they got a little unorganized.
See what Liberty's done since the break. Brutally efficient. Wooley over Aquino. That's a tough
recognition by you there, John. That shot was absolutely flat. No arc on it.
Three ball. Bucket.
Point line as you can because he's hot.
8-0 run for the Owls. Cottle swiped down. Wooley down the lane.
Oh, man.
3 threes. They got to get out there on him.
This is a Bill Aggie squad that had a really good season.
Yeah.
They're the early part of the year. They were in first place for a while.
Yeah, started off really hot, but like everybody, went through a little down period.
Kennesaw State, another freshman, had a nice year for them. Oh boy, Jason Hooten. I don't know what his vertical is, but he just maxed it out on his sideline. He wanted a walk on Raji Gordon. I will swing the basketball, get in the hands of Cottle. Now Wooley on the other wing. He'll shoot the three. That is pure.
That's what he needed to do. Take it, force it in there, get Shelf on the board, get Shelf going, Christian Cook.
Wooley takes a little contact, doesn't bother him, finishes with the left hand. The shot clock, not sure he's aware of it. He is now trying to free himself, just throws up a prayer, almost banked it in.
Good defensive possession by Kennesaw right there. Again, we brag about the offense, but they can lock it down to it.
Oh! Adrian Wooley behind the Billy Povich. He has 10 points here after halftime. 65 all. This has been the gritty, tough kind of game we expected it to be. Simeon Cottle's been right in the middle of it. He handles it now, kicks out. The drive, Wooley got all the way to the rim.
This game today, so kudos to Jack State and Kennesaw State for how they have overperformed preseason expectations this year.
Off the miss by Atuka, the Gamecocks knocked it away from themselves. The ball now played by the Owls. Here's Wooley. Adrian Wooley.
1-3-1 very effectively last week when they knocked off Liberty. Liberty had a lot of, as well as they shoot the ball, Liberty still struggled to score against this 1-3-1.
And Wooley gets that one to fall nicely. That ends a 2-minute and 20-second scoring drought for the Gamecocks.
Physical game, but Coach Harper may have had a case there.
He was talking to official James Curran.
Wow.
Nicely done. Nothing.
Yeah.
They have played in Lethbridge, Alberta, Canada this year. That's in Western Canada. They have played a couple of separate trips into California.
Here lately, NCUSA, such a deep conference as Wright goes for the turnaround jumper in the lane, off the mark. Offensive rebound over to Ranji Gordon. Now Wooley takes it in through traffic, through three Liberty defenders. Push the lead back up to 8.
Look at him just manipulate that drive all the way downhill. Adrian Wooley, what a beast.
Been on your squad.
Yeah, and you get 18 of them from Wooley, which is pretty impressive.
So start the second half, Kennesaw State trailing by 5 here, and right off the gate, banking it in, Adrian Wooley. Porter. And there's a steal.
Got to catch that pass.
Just could not hold on to it. Working inside. They'll skip it over. Wooley thought about it. Drives it in. Goes up, and then the mismatch. Porter didn't even...
Mismatch here, trying to find an angle.
Porter inside. Too strong. Wanted a foul. Ball is loose. They save it. And Wooley's got it here for Kennesaw State. Up ahead. Here's Connell attacking. Out to Wooley. I'll set things up.
Again, isolate that post versus Porter, see what he can come up with. Score it or distribute.
Wooley throws it up. Knew he had a size mismatch. Matheny lets it fly from way outside. Comes up empty. And the crowd has been kind of taken out of this game here.
Kennesaw State's brought the juice here in the second half. Been the initiators.
Student section starting to make a little noise. Wooley lets another one fly, and another one from downtown. You talked about him just a few moments ago needing to step up because he's been rather quiet. He's starting to feel it now.
Yeah, kiss to the sky after that one. You cannot leave that much space from Talon Peter, and a strong drive from Adrian Wooley. Look at that, man. Here, that's the best possible shot.
That was the 27th made free throw this afternoon for Liberty. Taking it to the rim. Nobody's stopping him.
Brewer picks clean and forcing the turnover. That was what Jeremy Ballard told us repeatedly when we got the chance to catch up with him this week. Ball security is paramount. Cottle losing his balance, no travel. Still enough time for KSU to reset. Bounce pass in rhythm. First points of the day belong, no surprise, to Gittens. Trying to go high off the glass. And ironically, for two teams that can score in bunches, a pretty quiet first couple of minutes. Tough three does not matter. Adrian Wooley.
The open shot and timing his jump perfectly to swat that.
The best blocking team in Conference USA adds another. But on the ball fake, Adrian Wooley again. Three for three for number 3.
Having himself a night.
This is the best run of scoring we have seen from the freshman yet. And stingy Zach Letson here courtside. I think 41% pretty decent, but demanding excellence. The analyst here on ESPN Plus. Happy to have you. Corey Brooks, Zach Letson with you. Our entire crew here in South Florida. 1 for 1. That's 100% to start. That Panther bench up and making noise. Ashton Williamson right up against the edge of the floor. Sherman picked up by Wilcox. Grant crossed over. Wooley inside. Just crafty.
Wow, nice shot. Nice exterior passing by the Aggies 2 finds Audi Jackson wide open, and he knocks it down.
38% three-point shooter gives New Mexico State its first lead since 2-0 Aggies. Skip to Wooley.
Get your hands off of him.
Wooley has it bounce through for his first point. Cottle gives to Lou from the corner. Ranji Gordon with the offensive rebound following the miss. Give and go to Wooley, takes the 3 and bottoms it out.
Mentioning this illness that caused him to miss a couple of games, he actually lost 15 pounds. So it's been an effort to get him to put that weight back on. He's leading right now New Mexico State with 10 points. He has been very solid for them in an effort to come back and get those guys some more points. Nolan.
But look, and Wooley knocks it down. Aggies lead by 11.
Wow, as you see all the people back behind the Aggie bench standing up, all for Audi Jackson.
Wooley 3. Bullseye. Yes. 1 for 2. Gordon on the baseline. Wooley's had tight defense all night, but he drives past it there for the 7 points, a low for him in Conference USA play.
Yes.
Elijah Jones off the mark.
Wooley did have a, like I said, a season low there. Got some good guards that he's going up against. They're very athletic. But right there, hey, he played well.
Trying to chip into a hot KSU start.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bynum is nothing but a shooter. He has a quick release, and he will get it off.
Wooley after his first bucket. This week, the 9th time he's earned Conference USA's Freshman of the Week honor, a virtual lock for the postseason award. Cottle, baseline, out to Hurd. Wooley nets the 3, back-to-back trays for the freshman. Ranji Gordon, the senior. Lou from the corner. Off the front iron. Another offensive board for the Owls. It's Wooley. It's wet. Adrian Wooley with it there. Hits the second.
Yeah, he started off his career at DePaul. Got a scholarship there as a freshman, transferred out to Trinity Valley after that, junior college, but he is definitely a Chicago-born player.
Wooley. Over the defense, Wooley takes it over Elijah Jones. 4 points in the first meeting, a home win for the Miners. Tonight, the Owls 8 turnovers into 11 Miner points. The Miners 9 turnovers into 13 Kennesaw State points. But really, Coach, it's been what's happened as of late to get UTEP back into this ballgame.
It's their defense. They are getting some steals, getting some stops.
Wooley, bullseye off the backboard. I think he called back.
Cottle will shoot it in from the sideline. Gets the return pass from Wooley, tries to drive. Flip it out, straight away, 3 for Wooley. Good, the lefty for the Owls here as they inbound left to the offensive goal. Wooley's got it for 3, and he's got 2 in a row. Just in on the post for Jackson Ford, went into a double team and lost the ball. Ahead it comes for Wooley to the basket with a finish. Out for Hammonds. Hammonds spinning drive. Free throw line jumper won't go. Rebound comes out to Hurd. Owls back the other way. Wooley will step back for 3. It's good. Gives it off to Burns under the basket for Sacco. Blocked by Lou, and here come the Owls. It's Wooley down the left side, underneath, reverse layup, it's good.
Now retreat, shot clock at 4, shot clock at 2. A forced shot comes up a little bit short off the rim, and it's play on.
That was not a very good possession by Louisiana Tech.
Louisiana Tech needs a stop, and it needs to get into an offensive rhythm. Wooley lets it fly. He's got it over rim. We'll find out by how much. Wooley from the right side rips it home with less than a second to play. The Tech does not have a double-figure scorer tonight. It's a dangerous pass. And Wooley is out in front. Wooley with a left-handed slam.
In his decision to come to Murfreesboro.
Yeah, and Bryson, I find it interesting, too. He and Antoine Petware are similar for Conference USA coaches, where their time as an assistant predominantly at one school before this gig in the league is Adrian Wooley. Counter the hot hands. Stolen away by Braden Liu. Another steal for Liu's defense. Is picked up here in conference play. Cottle hits the spin move. Wooley. Yes, Adrian Wooley. Just win number 6 for a road team in Conference USA this year on Saturdays. The second in of 2-game swings. 16 for Middle Tennessee State on the road. Wooley open. Wooley cans the 3. Or to start the second half.
Yeah, Weston was trying to drive there. He plays like an old school guy. Here's a nice flare screen over top, though, to Wooley, and back at the ball screen.
Gordon, give and go. Wooley through the lane with Simeon Cottle.
At the ball, fast break, just pitches it ahead. Defense can't get set, and they're able to score just like that, ladies and gentlemen. They're really causing havoc out here with Wooley. They are tough on him. They're hard hedging, so it's hard for him to get downhill when the offense is sort of stationary.
Wooley off the bounce, finds some room as he hops to the left.
Well, yes, he can. He particularly scores going right. If I'm the Owls, I'd try to sit on that right hand to force him left, but he's doing an exceptional job by getting his shots off.
20 points for Porter tonight. Ricardo right in off the bench. And the lane shovels to Wooley. Wooley over Louvre, hangs and adds to his total of 9.
The whole time, so that was his assignment, and he did a great job.
Wooley over 20 points with the guards. Here comes Mustafa V. Gordon. Approaching 6 minutes to go. 5-point lead for the Blue Raiders. Wooley on the run.
Clock here. The Owls just have to take their time. They don't have to get a quick shot, but just take their time and get a good shot.
Wooley leads the team with 23 points. Cottle with 16. He's been limited in minutes with 4 fouls. Wooley accelerating, and the freshman.
And he would still be where he is in that ranks is more than just impressive. That's phenomenal.
Owls up by 5 at home before the first media timeout. Wooley open look. Ka-ching. Didn't have great field goal shooting percentage. However, he stayed engaged in the game. Great at free throws. Sprinkled in some rebounds and then steals, a handful of steals against FIU.
And Nolan, that's the ultimate signifier of a good teammate. Because it's easy when you classify yourself as a scorer, you're not hitting the shots.
Wooley. Oh, it's wet. Adrian Wooley toppers, and it comes from downtown on the 33% three-point shooter.
Yeah, that's the guy that they're going to have to key in on. He finally broke the spell for the Hilltoppers, and I think this is kind of carryover from the last game. 59-point second half, you're bound for somewhat of a letdown. Energy-wise, they did come out flat, but that 3 could get them right back into it, and I think it will.
Wooley on the blocks, feeling the heat at 2, gets underneath. How does he do it? Off the iron. Good rebound by Bayless, weaving up the floor. Bayless has it stolen away by Wooley. Wooley on the fast break, dunks it for the Owls.
Such a tremendous basketball player. He fits exactly what Kennesaw State needs.
And playing a bigger role tonight with Andre Weir out with a foot injury. Wooley and 1.
To see somebody who can get 2 Conference USA titles with one school that's existing is definitely a unique note.
Cottle hits the spin, finds Gordon. Wooley catch and shoot. Adrian Wooley. Their best players, their talent, get their guys in space as much as they can. Marshall looking for back-to-back threes. That's off the iron. And Adrian Wooley has the double-double. Wooley hopping in the lane, coast to coast for the fresh.
Carbon copy right there. That is Corbin Bleu, absolutely, when he graduated from High School Musical. But you're exactly right. This team's record is not a reflection of who they've been so far this year. It's up when you roll back the film.
Wooley out to Cottle. Simeon off the mark. Wooley with an offensive rebound and one for the freshman. Small difference between the clocks. Owls have not hit a field goal in over 4 minutes, but have maintained the lead. They're up by 4. Wooley taking his time at the state line. Wooley penetrates, hangs, and rolls it in. The athleticism again on display for FIU and the youngster Ashton Williamson. Wooley in double figures for the Owls. Short range back-to-back buckets for the big man, who's sitting at 8 points.
You watch Solitude this year, Nolan. You note incredible touch. Mentioned on the last jumper, but you see it right there with the baby hook. Lets it roll off the fingertips just perfectly.
Wooley doing Wooley things. Coming down to the wire. Inbounds to Ranji Gordon. Back to Wooley. Shot clock at 7. Wooley through the teeth of the defense. Drops it in.
Porter again. Step back three. Over Lou. Not this time. Rebound for Ranji Gordon.
He's more of a catch and shoot three, Dave, than off the bounce like that. But over 40% from downtown for Porter. That's impressive.
Wooley out of the game. Cottle's got to try to take over here. That's Wooley, sorry, in the corner. There we go. He finally got
come back. I'm going to try to get him, Dave. Change his name.
You talked about with Coach Petway this morning at the shoot-around. Looking for Wooley. Looking for Wooley. Hey. As we told you, first half, earning a lot more playing time of late for Liberty.
Yep. We're staying in the game.
Cottle post up on Matheny. He's got the height advantage. And he scores. Here's Cleveland. He'll hang. Can't hit this time. Tries to stick back. Gordon defensive rebound. Kennesaw State's Wooley up top. Wow. Has a three. Charlottesville.
Yep. Charlottesville.
8 steals, Coach, for Liberty. They average 7.4 thefts a game. They've been really active from the outset here with their hands. Here's Wooley. Foul. Lots of contact with Moffmer. Matheny, 14 points, 4 boards. That was his first assist. He made that one count, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
What a dime that was for Liberty. Well, the other end hangs and hits the super flush. Important flame possession. Up double figures. Peter drives. Blocked away. Great rejection from Franquan Sherman. Cottle running. Wooley finishing. Here comes. It's a big response to make it a 10-point game again. Matheny, the great hands, almost took it away from Wooley, who spins and scores again.
He called that. Yep.
Incredibly dedicated hard worker. Misses the front end here.
You gotta love the effort by Kennesaw State, Dave, on the boards.
This is Heb. Heb goes baseline, is denied, then able to go back around and is rejected. And here come the Owls.
Gotta get back. Here
this
they come.
Is Wooley. Wooley taking it all by himself in the easy lane. KJ Thomas has the rebound. Up ahead to Terrell. Has it rejected. And now here come the Owls on the other end. A 2-on-2. Skip to my Lou, goes Wooley, gets the friendly roll and the deuce.
Using the left hand, being patient, setting it up, getting in the lane.
4-point lead for the Miners as once again this crowd at the Don Haskins Center comes to its feet. This is right to Wooley for 3. Bingo.
Was off in Arn. He had it on a little bit, took it off during some games as well. Post entry stolen by Wooley. Wooley to the rim, and he lays it in. Distant right now offensively for Kennesaw State. And they are 3 out of 13 from the field, 0 out of 5 from 3. With a lot of credit, though, to the Aggie defense, which right now is playing as well as anybody defensively in Conference USA. Wooley gets it to right. Zigzags in the key. Franquan Sherman just came in. This is Wooley on the baseline. Bounces off Nate Schammel
with his face mask on, how much that's distracting him.
Minor foul trouble for the Aggies. 2 fouls on Jackson, 2 fouls on Cook. So Pickens has been running the point for a while since Jackson picked up his backdoor find by the 7-footer Shimanga. Filipovic on the finish.
Yeah, nice pass by Emmanuel Shimanga.
First points for the Aggies in over 4 minutes of game time, going back to half one. Wooley from 3. He's 40%, his 30 floor. How about Shimanga on the turn? That was not by design. Shimanga high post on the spin and down the lane. On this end, it is Wooley who scores. 1-point game.
But they've totally got Deontay Bostic's number as well. Deontay's playing hard. He's playing as hard as you could expect.
Strong finish by the freshman.
Coached by the team. But yeah, but he's tough and he's smart and you know, he's seasoned. I'll bet he's 23 years old. I imagine he's one of the older players in the youth brigade here. That's Kennesaw State, the Owls.
A lot of times, Kennesaw State with 3 freshmen on the floor. Lou hasn't played much in this half, though. Step back for Wooley, and he hits it from 3. 18.
Feel the momentum shifting a little bit.
This is the first time all year Kennesaw State has played in front of a crowd of over 4,000. Around 6,000 here tonight, per usual here at the Pan Am. Wooley banks it in. Foul is called. Plus, back out to the arc. Tipped and stolen. Ahead for Wooley with the exclamation points.
Floor, but in this contest. So you'll see guys, hey, going after those long rebounds, using their athleticism and length. It's going to be a war of the boards in this game right here.
Wooley from long distance. Adrian Wooley.
Time.
Newman down low, knocked away by Sherman. Wooley dribbling to the rack, fouled and one. Newman lost the handle. Wooley slams it. Khalifa Sacco billed for the foul. The Utah State transfer, 6'11", 230. Wooley lines up the 3. Swish. Boykin from left to right misses with the near hand.
Tried to sneak it in there, but it just didn't go. You got Wooley back. Oh, my goodness. For the game.
Finister picked up his second foul there. Wooley to the cup with contact.
Beautiful. It's a scorer's move right there. Not only did he step through, like you said, Nolan, he used his left hand to just finger roll it right over the top.
8 quick second half points for Wilkerson. Wooley answers over Sacco.
To really play better and get some points on the board.
Excited is one word to use there, Truck. Wooley.
There it is.
Drops it in. Crowd trying to will the defense on here. And Sacco misses the flush. Sam Houston still hasn't scored in over 4 minutes. However, they still got the lead. Wooley tries to end that, though.
Cats are getting a hand in the passing lane.
Stolen there. Wooley on the fast break for the lead. Kennesaw State on top. Short distance, long distance, doesn't matter. He's connecting.
He is really connecting. He's hot right now. Owls got to really, really compete.
5-point lead for the Cats. Wooley up and under. Wilkerson spins, misses the hook. Miller holds his ground. Wooley works baseline. Wooley can do it all.
Yes. Christian Lander. First shot of the day belongs to Don McHenry, and it's rebounded by Adrian Wooley, the outstanding freshman for the Owls, who's coming off a 24-point game on Thursday at Middle Tennessee, and he's got the first bucket of the day.
Yeah, the topper.
Bayless is on the board with a triple.
Toppers, again, they feed off of success. If they can hit some shots early
I think that'll help them offensively. They have struggled mightily in conference games.
And Kennesaw State in per game and shooting at 50% or better from the field. Marshall off the mark, rebounded by Miller.
Yeah, Wooley's numbers are impressive for any player, but especially remarkable for just a first-year player.
And he's got a basket right there. He wanted a foul. 2.5 to go before the intermission. And a 14-point deficit for Adrian Wooley and Kennesaw State. Lou. Outlets to Miller. Now Wooley against McHenry. Scorer against scorer. And Wooley wins that battle. We'll get it. Can they get Simeon Cottle going? Here's Miller. Offensive rebound, Wooley. Gets it back from Cottle. And buries a huge three.
That's called second chance. There you go.
Beautiful feed by Colombe to McHenry, who lost it on the way up. Right. Beautiful bounce pass inside. Wooley the finish.
Nice to win. And if it was the right distance, we knew that was in.
14-point lead now. How can the Owls answer? Here's Wooley. That's how they answer.
I'll see.
Scores at the other end.
Well, that was fortunate. WKU pressing the matter like they were behind, but again, you got to know where the clock is.
Wooley answers for three. 20.
for the Owls. Wooley around Nicholson against Kennesaw State. It's first by Raji Gordon. It's at least his third. Wooley from the corner has it roll out, and Gordon a magnet over to Wooley. 4 assists for Raji Gordon. Wooley stopped down low. Over to Adrian Wooley. He knows that Weir has to be aggressive to a certain extent, but 4 fouls, you have to attack him at the exact same time. Wooley with an open path to the cup. Jacksonville State. Nicholson, when you, again, roll back the film, look at the tape. One word I wrote down for him, tank. 3 ball. Silly. Pierre just where they need it, misses the runner. Tries to save it to the baseline, but Gordon has it. Now Wooley up the floor. 1-on-1 around Ituka. Wooley taps it in. 15 for Wooley. Absolutely have to have it. I think right now you have to say Jack State's going to have the edge down the stretch. Meanwhile, Niagara, the 7-footer, number 99 in the game. Cottle passes out to her. Now Wooley rattles it in. Nation's top 5 scorers near home floor. here on January 4th, about half the season.
Have to imagine no other teams have been able to do that.
Still a lot of time left in this one. Wooley looks to milk the clock. Wooley penetrates the lane. Wooley for two. Through.
That's what he does. He likes to get in the middle and create.
Burrows, the senior out of Coffeyville, Alabama, and Marion Institute. One of the best three-point shooters in all the JUCO ranks last year. Wooley, he takes the three. And Wooley, the lefty, ahead to Miller. Miller, no whistle. Offensive rebound and a stick back for Wooley.
That's how they want to play.
Right in the lane, over to Cottle. Short, looking for his fifth three. Offensive rebound, Wooley. Over to Wright on the wing.
Good patience by Wright.
Shot fake, Wooley an open look. Yes, Adrian Wooley with the three.
That's
fell. Wright eyeing back-to-back. Off the heel. And Miller with the long rebound.
Miller picking up where he left off in terms of crashing those boards.
Yeah, 15 against San Jose State. Single high for the Owls this year. Wooley wide open. That's what happens. Adrian Wooley with 13 points.
Away with the steal.
Miller running the floor, blocked from behind, but Wooley taps it in.
It's a turnover.
Wooley hits the spin to the cup.
Again, Burrows getting a paint touch and kicking out. Tisdale knocked down the open three on the perimeter.
Sherman back out. It's a Wooley three, and it's a Wooley make.
They could go back to zone, and Kennesaw State makes them pay. Wooley patient, knocking down the three.
20 for Adrian Wooley. Wooley from the left corner. He can hit it from everywhere. 20.
Sharing is caring, and these guys are really caring for one another today.
Makai Turner out to Wooley on the races. Wooley with a two-handed throwdown. About 4 or 5 minutes left in the half.
Yeah, wanted to mix it up and maybe get them out of their rhythm.
Wooley had a chance to bring them. Denied by Weir.
Good job of just being big and walling up against the offensive player.
And Adrian Wooley has a new season high.
Tisdale said, right back at you. I can do what you can do.
Wooley looking to add to the high. There it is, Adrian Wooley.
Double figures in 9 of the 11 contests this season. He gets one of 2. It is a 5-point advantage. We played 4.5 minutes. Wooley all the way. Nice finish. Fresh. Nearly a 5-second violation. Turner will give it back to Wooley. Puts it on the floor. And a strong finish inside.
Cam's got 4 here in the first half.
This has been a nice push from Santa Clara. Kennesaw State had it at 33-25 as they went to go shoot.
Came in averaging almost 16 points per game, has been held to only 2 points on 1 of 5 shooting. So we'll see if they could get Wooley going here. There he is on the sideline with a 3-ball and right out. Stewart will try the 3. Christoph Tilley trying to run it down. Saved over the end line. Here in the second half, Santa Clara now 3 of 4 from the floor. They've scored the last 7 points. Wooley, the lefty 3, rolls in. Call, but Jake Ensminger makes the 3 and then looks skyward with his arms out as he's been having a tough time on the young season, knocking down the triple, but that one was well done from outside. Wooley with a left hand.
Yeah.
Adama Alpha Ball keeping his center of gravity and his pivot foot glued to the floor. Adds 2 more to his total. He has 16. Wooley for 3. He was done, if any. So as Adama Alpha-Ball makes all 3 free throws. He has 21 points, and the Broncos back up by 24. Hanging in the air, and 9 out of the last 10 games before tonight, averaging 10 points. He's a freshman. Braden Liu is a freshman, the 6'8" forward who has started 10 games this year. So this is, without a doubt, a young team that will only get better. Wooley's floater scores again. Broncos' 13th turnover. Wooley firing the straight-on 3. He gets another one.
Top back and forth with Jameel Miller. In a corner, shot put up there by Liu for 3, no good. They got an offensive rebound. Ranji Gordon swinging around up top, left wing, 3 there.
A lot of their offense, getting in deep to one of their bigs and exploiting.
Adrian Wooley working around a Braden Liu screen. All the way to the rim. The layup is good for Wooley. Nutter makes it an 8-point game again. 19-11, Georgia State. Here's Cottle. Throws behind him to Wooley for 3. Straight away. Rebound Clash Peters. Darnell Evans quickly. Peters in the paint. Floater. No good. Battle. Long rebound comes out. Delaney Hurd's got it for the Owls. Wooley to Weir. Weir got away with a travel. Back to Wooley for 3. He hits it. Wooley. Slingshot up top. Liu from the wing for 3. That one rattles the rim, in and out, no good. Cesar Edwards had 2 hands on the rim.
And you can see Evans with those quick hands knocking it away from Cottle to get subs for that.
Jameel Miller now on the floor. Driving in all the way from the wing. The shot put up there by Wooley.
Is doing what the kids say, getting in his bag. He's hit 3s. He's posted up. He's gotten into his mid-range game. Doing great things for the Panthers offensively.
Almost a steal there by Darnell Evans. Ricardo Wright on the floor, able to maintain possession. Wooley drives around Nutter all the way to the rim. The layup is good.
Timeout with McMullen.
Georgia State a 4-point lead. Here's Wooley right into the paint, up off the glass. Somebody's got to keep an eye on 5 over here in the wing.
Yeah, Panthers are electing to go with the zone defense to try to take away some of those wing opportunities.
3 put up there by Wooley.
In Lethbridge. So that's the benefit of this kind of event, too, to the teams, is an opportunity to play in one of the better kind of crowds for this type of event in the MTE space.
And back the other way here. 3:43 to go, 27-20 with Matt Holmes. Handles all the big, rocks the rim here in Lethbridge.
A pair of flushes to start the half. And good follow through there on Kent State with their tenacity on the offensive boards.
2 good poker hands. Flush. Let's see what happens now. 37-31. Mentioned Wooley.
Kent State in a 2-3 zone here, Rod.
Nice soft touch for Adrian.
It's time for 3 straight shots. None of it worked.
Barnett again tried to.
More deliberate. Didn't work that time either.
Do some flourish there. Look out. Wooley goes up and in. Scoop and score. There's the mass guy, Simeon Cottle. Broke his optical wall in September. Then went to practice. Then broke his nose. Here's the 3 ball. It goes.
It's got to give.
Well, they've already given them a couple of 3s. And oh, what a swat. Great block there from Andre Weir. Coast to coast goes Willie. The finger roll. And so now Cottle.
Yeah, and they really want Tark on Cottle here. There's an emphasis on that.
On the floor to the rim goes Wooley again, and Adrian Wooley back out to Cottle. Cottle swings it over. Deep 3 here. Laser beam shot. Wooley goes back up and in.
Can't really blame him for that shot.
He's got the green light, but there's not even a light.
Yeah.
He just goes.
But outside of that, I think Skiri wants to get that half-court offense set up.
Wooley got it.
And he's fine as well. So we're rocking and rolling here with the Owls.
Wooley driving, scooping and scoring again.
Great for the Tigers.
What a reverse pump lay-in, and Wright misses. Back out, tap drill, Wright again. Double team, had it stolen back to Kennesaw State. Wooley through his legs, knifes in. Oh, and I answer that back. Man, Mike Evans, Tyler Jones. Let's go in Canada on Thanksgiving Day in the United States. Simeon Cottle wearing the mask. Fractured nose a month ago. Before that, an optical wall break. He wears number 5. Look out for him. And the shot inside for Kennesaw. Kyle Shea, number 77. And the first three-pointer from Justin Hone. We should tell you that the three-point lines, there is a white line, which is the NBA line. There is the black line, which is the NCAA three-point line. This is for 3, and it's knocked down beautifully. Henry lost it. Baseline. Kennesaw State trying to make a run.
Here's Kennesaw trying to attack, but also trying to be a little smarter about their attack.
Wooley attacks the rack and up and in. Left hand.
Right. While I was there, and we talked a little bit before the game, and we talked about how he's trying to get his team ready for conference play and play those 3 games to get into the NCAA tournament.
Adrian Wooley goes the other way.
It's just taking off. Women's basketball is really taking off.
Yeah, but thanks to, what's her name again? Oh, yeah, and others. Angel, you just name it. What a phenomenon women's basketball has become in the league. Strokes that nicely.
Henry's had a nice night as well.
13 for him, 5 of 9 from the field. Wooley, leading scorer in this game.
Brett Taylor told us, I think it's time we snag another one. They've all worked out so well.
Well, you know, that's the land down under. They say Aussie, Aussie, Aussie.
Adrian! Flames matching up against Kennesaw State, averaging just under 20 minutes, 3 points, 3 boards in those games. He goes 0 for 2 at the line.
Yes. Van Zandt is one of the transfers for the Wildcats this year.
Wooley again with a left hand and one.
Twice that the Owls went into a zone, and the Wildcats did a good job, or have done a good job, of playing and recognizing the zone.
Open, Wooley from the corner with the tray.
That goes in the second half.
Thank you very much, Maria. Second half underway. Kennesaw State in white, Abilene Christian in purple. The Conference USA WAC Challenge, and the freshman has no challenge.
It's definitely so.
Sherman is wide open off the heel. Long rebound. Picked up by Weir. Open look for Wooley. And he wets the net. So an illegal screen against Jalen Peterson.
Legal screen, legal screen.
He's got a homecoming too out of Stone Mountain, Georgia. Wooley pulls up for a 3 and wets the net. Adrian Wooley.
They're in the maturation process.
So Parrish to the sideline with a foul. Wooley after the shot fake creates separation and finds the bottom of the net. Head away, blocked by Sherman, who keeps it in bounds. A stellar play from the sophomore. Now he comes up for the loose ball. Look at that hustle. Wooley underneath and one.
Cut there, and good feed to Peterson for that dunk.
The Blue Hose don't always score in this ballgame, but when they do, it comes with a slam. Wooley left open. Can't do that for the freshman Adrian Wooley. Trouble and a turnover. Wooley out ahead. Gordon misses the lay-in. Loose ball, and Cottle comes up with it.
Tried to convert there in a transition. Was not able to. Brought it back out. Now they're poised to set up something.
Wooley doing his thing. The freshman scoring in about 2 seconds there as he plucks it away following the pass.
Again, Bauer is an experienced player on this team. Leads the team in several categories.
Wooley and one. Would have been his 3rd make. And Wooley won't have an easier bucket than that in his young career. Blue. Wooley's 3. There it is, Adrian Wooley connects. Baher with a long running hook. He's tried every variety of that hook shot tonight. Meanwhile, Wooley sprints it and extends for 2 at Kennesaw State.
Yeah, and then she's got her mom here today, so she's, hey, great birthday today.
Coach Jay said save one of those cupcakes.
Yeah, we got to have some.
So Caroline and head coach Antoine Petway's birthday. We talked about that in the open. And Wooley knocks it down.
Around, off the window and good for Williams. The first field goal of the game for CBU.
And continuing to go inside. We have yet to see a big jump shot.
Three-pointer on the mark. Adrian. Braun going left. The pass to Silverstein. The reverse. No good. Here comes Kennesaw State. Hurd to Gordon. He's going to pass it back out. Three-point attempt is on the way, and it is all good for
the State.
And J.W. North, right? He's a J.W. North legend here in Riverside. In fact, I've seen Coach Brewer at CBU games before in the past. Three-pointer is good by Williams in the game for Kendall Coleman. Wooley. Oh, the lane.
Antoine Petway's squad. Three from the right corner. Missed the open look. It's Cotto pulls it down. Kennesaw State with three true freshmen in the starting five tonight. Second time in program history that's happened on opening night. And here is one of the stellar youngsters with an and one.
To the Owls, the Kennesaw State Owls. They are very athletic.
Big on athleticism and length this year as Petway brings in the big recruiting class, trying to play more in line with this system. A team that was fourth in tempo last year. Wooley, a corner three, and nets it.
As they're doing right there.
That's Tyreek Brown pushing the pace and knocking down the tray.
Yeah, if they can come down and shoot quick like that before the defense can get set up, that's to their advantage.
And Kennesaw State answers. Play-by-play. We've got no shot to be seen before.
Well, you know what? Keep those contacts in, buddy. Huh? Caroline, you ready to come over here and help us out?
She'll get there. Wooley, how did he get that? Behind the departed Terrell Burden. Devon Cotto misses. Burden, by the way, picked up just before this season started. Drafted in the G League by the College Park Skyhawk. The top returning scorer, over 15 a game last season. Brandon Liu with the rejection. Here it goes. Cotto up the floor, hands it off, and Wooley's able to drop it.